Hey guys, it's me, Rella Zella. I wanted to do an awesome quick video to show you my green thumb abilities and show you what I've been working on with my garden and my plants, and show you what a witch can do. So, alright, so this is my side yard. That's a big crabapple tree. Get a lot of crab apples off of that. There's a lot of deer that eat those. Alright, that's my side yard. So I got a fire pit over there and a big awesome oak tree. We're gonna take a look at that oak tree. It's a special tree over there. Alright, so this is the front of my house, and I've got a really long flower bed here. And what do I have in it? So I've got a very colorful mixture of all different flowers. My grandma always told me, surround your house with flowers, and also I believe in the little people, fairies and whatnot. So I do little fairy gardens and little fairy statues in this area with the flowers. Really colorful mixture here. So I've got just planted in the front here red and purple petunias, and then it's a mixture of zinnias. I've got dahlias, delphinium, daisies, cosmos. I'm really excited about my bells of Ireland coming up this year. I've also got, let's see, gerberas and gaillardias. Yeah, so it's going to be a beautiful, colorful mixture. I've also got red scarlet morning glories and white moonflowers that will be vining up these ugly walls where the paint's coming off. They'll be vining up these walls here. And then I've also got wind chimes. The bells and the chimes is what I know that the little people, the fairies, like. And it also relates to the air element of sound. So I've got wind chimes up. I've got bird feeders hanging in the different trees. Hummingbird feeders also I love. Alright, so we'll walk around the other side of my house here. And I've got another, this flower bed is brand new this year. We built this. We did put landscaping fabric, a long strip of landscaping fabric underneath it, and then we built it a couple layers of railroad ties and filled it with compost dirt. So again, I have a really awesome mix of different colored flowers, very colorful and rainbow. And then I've got the moon flowers and morning glories vining up the walls. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on how this all turns out. And it's a lot of work, but it's going to be so worth it. You'll see. Alright, so we're going over here to this oak tree. This is an awesome oak tree in our yard. And I've got my punching bag hanging, which is awesome. If I'm stressed out or something, or want to work out a little bit, then I bust that thing up. Good stress relief and exercise. Practice my ninja skills. And then on this branch, we have my 2-year-old daughter Ella's little swing. She gets a lot of joy from this. So trees are super special, and oak trees are very special. They feed a lot of creatures and create a lot of life in the forest. So over here we have Ella's sandbox. So we have a fairy mansion, little fairies. I'll zoom in on her little fairies hanging out in the fairy mansion. So this is a really big sandbox we put together. And we put landscaping fabric underneath it so weeds can't grow up through the sand. And it's a really nice place for her to play when I'm working on the other side of the fence in the garden. Alright, so I'm going to take you into the entrance of my garden. Are you ready for this? Alright, this is what I've been working on. Okay, so there's the royal carpet entrance to my garden. Welcome. I have different hanging basket. So that's a hanging strawberry. I'm gonna put up some more here, I think, a bunch of hanging strawberries on the posts. Last year we put together this huge deer fence because we have a deer problem in Minnesota for sure, and they will munch down my entire garden. So this is a $4,000 deer fence. And okay, so I'm gonna put hanging strawberries and hanging basket flowers around the posts in here. Alright, so we made some new raised beds this year, and last year we had a big storm that came through and knocked down a whole bunch of trees. A bunch of people came up here for wood cutting, so we had a bunch of long logs in our pile in our backyard. So I decided to make raised beds out of them and give the trees new life in my garden. So again, we put the landscaping fabric underneath the bed, and then we put the logs in a rectangle and filled it with compost. And you'll notice around my garden, I also made paths all the way around everything I've got planted out of wood chips. And I live in a greenhouse business, so I fortunately can get my hands on anything garden related that I wish. Any plants, the best compost, black dirt, sand, wood chips. So we really worked hard on this and spread wood chips everywhere. So it cuts down on the weeds, and it's going to be a snap to weed this garden. This is a huge garden. This is an acre space, so I've got plenty more space than what I've already planted. So this is lavender in this box here. I'm going to be making some awesome products for sale out of my lavender and a lot of my plants in my garden, like bath bombs, candles. I learned how to make essential oils, pure essential oils. So a lot of medicinal plants are going on my new business page that I'm creating, The Witch's Cupboard, and I'm going to show you what natural plant medicine can do. Alright, so let's take a walk through here. This right here is a witch's herb garden. It's a pretty big box, and I've got all different types of herbs planted in here. And that's really what real witchcraft is, a witch that has fully embraced the powers of the earth, and it involves plants, natural plant medicine, growing beautiful flowers, growing healthy, delicious vegetables and fruits and different things. That is the power of the earth. So I really want to educate people on truths about what it is. I don't sacrifice animals. They are my friends. I don't do bad things. I don't do bad things to people. Yeah, and I don't worship Satan or run around naked in the woods or anything crazy like that. Like, that's false. The real positive witches do things like this. We garden. We use our plants. We use it for medicine. We use it for cooking. We use it for healthy food. So this is misunderstood, and I'm going to be doing a lot of projects to expose a lot of truths and show you what it really is, because I've been in the garden since I was very tiny with my grandma and my great-grandma, and they were the most beautiful, most amazing, kindest women you will ever know. They told me fairy tales when I was little. They taught me how to garden. They taught me how to cook. They taught me how to sew. I owe everything to them. I am forever thankful and grateful that I had the experience and I learned from real witches, my grandma and my great-grandma. So, thank you. Okay, so my herbs here. These are all herbs that I will cook with. I have 4 different kinds of mints. I have pineapple mint, orange mint, mojito mint, and spearmint. And I like to come and munch on them when I come into the garden. And I also will dry some of it and make it into different tea mixes. And the tea mixes will be for sale on my business page on the Witch's Cupboard. Different types of tea mixes for different purposes. but mint is a great one to put in a mint or a tea mixture. I also have 2 different kinds of oregano, regular oregano and golden oregano, and I will use that for delicious flavoring in my spaghetti sauce recipes. I have lemon balm. I also have tarragon. Tarragon's awesome to use for chicken and fish. And then I also have chives and dill. I will be growing cucumbers, so I need the dill. I also like to use dill when I'm making smoked salmon, and I will be hopefully doing a cooking show very soon and publishing a cookbook so I can show you some of my best recipes and how to use these plants for delicious meals. And a lot of it was my great grandma and my grandma's recipes, so look forward to that. Alright, so that's the herb garden. Right here is just a little planter. I made like a salad bowl with different types of lettuces. And this is my chill spot. So I just took a piece of plywood and I covered it with an old piece of like an old rug, and then we chill and maybe relax and take a break, smoke a blunt, get some creative ideas to work on the garden. Yeah, so you need a chill spot in the shade in your garden, and you'll notice like everywhere I'm walking is on the wood chip path, so this is gonna be nice when the weeds start growing more. It'll be a snap. And this row is coming up super awesome. What are these? So super awesome right here. Mammoth sunflowers. And these will get to be like 8-9 feet high at least. And the flowers are just intensely amazing. They are bigger than your face. Big yellow sunflowers. And last year we had a row on the other side of the garden. And I took those sunflower heads when they were making sunflower seeds, and I dried them out in the sun, and I split the seeds into 3 parts. So I'll take 1/3 of the seeds for snacks and stuff for my family to munch on, and then I'll take 1/3 to save for next year, so I have seeds to plant, and I have twice as many seeds to plant next year. And then the rest of them, the last third, I will split and save for our critter friends. And I feed our birds here in different bird feeders. And we also have a cute little pet chipmunk named Alvin that lives in our woodpile in the backyard. And he is so tame now for the 2nd year in a row that you can hand feed him and he'll hop right up on your lap and jump right in your hand and collect the seeds that we give him. And he's probably the most spoiled, best fed chipmunk in our town. Okay, so these 3 new raised beds again are made out of those fallen logs from the trees last year in the storm. And these are my salad bowl collection. So in this one I've got a various mix of different salads and arugula, lettuces, different things to pick to make a salad. And same with this one and the second one here. These 2 are spinach. So the spinach is coming up really nice, really thick, as you can see here. It's just going to be a green box before too long. And over here in the corner, in the far, far corner, I made a compost box. Show you what I did with that here. So, yep, this is the compost box made out of 3 pallets, 3 sides here. And you just throw in any vegetable scraps that you cook with, eggshells, coffee grounds, grass clippings, leaves, pine needles. You can do ashes from your fire pit or fireplace. You don't